We are currently undergoing a lunar eclipse season, and today's reading is exactly going to be around it. The themes of this lunar eclipse are more around surrendering, letting go, and aligning with the new chapter of your life. Now, today we are going to simply see what chapter of your life is coming to an end. So, before we begin, I just want you to take a deep breath, exhale, and then pick a pile that actually resonates with you. So, this is the pile number one, and this is pile number two. Now you can simply choose the image that attracts you, or you can go to the comment section to the pinned comment where the timestamps will be given. You can also look at the date of births that are associated with each pile and then pick the one that associates with you. Now, let's get into the reading. Hi, pile number one. So, we are going to get into your reading now. Wow, the first card here on the bottom of the deck is the death card, but I've not shuffled yet, so we are not considering this. We are just going to go ahead, start looking at what chapter of your life is coming to an end. Let's see. Since this is a collective reading, I will be taking out three cards to understand what chapter in your life is coming to an end. The life of 5 months is coming to an end. And Four of Swords. Okay, let's see more. The Emperor. Wow. All right. Uh, and the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. I think a lot of you, right away, like I think for a lot of you, it's the part of you where you have been very overexerted. A lot of you have been overworking yourselves. You have been um just focusing on doing something or getting things done, but you've not given yourself enough credit. For a lot of you, I feel like this has a lot to do with yeah, like it just seems like it has a lot to do with maybe the practical aspects of your life where some of you have been extremely practical too, and now this practicality will not make any more sense, is what it seems like. Um, Another thing that I try to clarify and pull out a card, I got this one. This is the Ten of Wands, and this also tells me somewhere that um, the chapter that is coming to a close has a lot to do with carrying the burden. Now, whether this is a physical burden, which is like, in terms of work, or whether it is in terms of the things that you would normally do for the people around you, or whether it is for, just the normal things that, happen in your day-to-day life, like, whether it's work, friends, anybody. I feel like you've been carrying a lot of burden alone, and now this lunar eclipse is telling you that it's time for you to let go of it. It's time for you to not carry the burden that is associated to you. This card, when I was learning about it, I was told that this has a lot to do with a person carrying the burden of other people. Like you can see, this guy is walking and he's carrying all of these wands on his hand. Now, there are 10 wands here. If you see, there are 10 wands here, but this is something that is not meant for a person to be carried alone. So, that is where he needs to step up and ask for help. I also feel like for a lot of you, the theme could be around being too self-dependent. Maybe you have been too self-dependent for a while, and now the universe is bringing forth the people who can actually help you. But the challenge is, can you trust and accept that help? I feel like that is also another theme that I can see here. For a lot of you, this has a lot of thing to do with money. The Knight of Pentacles is obviously about opportunities, but also Pentacle is about money. So for a lot of you, I think your relationship with money has to change. That is another theme which I'm able to see. Either you've not been very stable with your money, you've not made the wisest choices when it comes to your money, and this lunar eclipse is telling you that now it's time to change that. For a lot of you, it could be a financial cycle coming to an end, but let's see what else we are able to figure out. Let's see what the important message is for you guys, and we'll try to understand it even more further. The main message for pile one. What is the main message for pile one? What is the main message for pile one? Wow, first card is the Six of Pentacles. Um, I feel like let's just talk about this for a while. So, like, I think the Six of Pentacles, is talking about the fact that you have maybe um either you have looked after a lot of people. Sometimes it's about receiving gifts, sometimes it's about giving as well. A lot of times I refer to this card as a card which, talks about the give and take that's in your life. And I feel like somewhere a lot of you have been giving and giving, but not really receiving as much as you should. I also feel like this talks a lot about how much you have been pouring into other people, but you've not been receiving it back. And maybe this lunar eclipse is telling you that, you know what, now is not the time to carry everybody's burden. It's time for you to step up, stand your ground. This card always talks about standing your ground. So I feel like you're being asked to stand your ground. You're being asked to not only give and give, but also stand in the place to receive. A lot of you have been very closed off to receiving. It's also something that I'm feeling very strongly here. Like, you guys have not been ready to receive things in your life. You feel it like it's very difficult to, receive help, receive love. And I think that theme has to change now. The message is very clear that it's time for you to shift from this space of just, being extremely self-reliant, but also like you need to become more opened up. I don't think that's the message that is coming in the card, but that's something that I'm feeling very intuitively looking at this card. Another thing which I'm also feeling looking at it is that there is balance required in your life. The balance has to be in any form, whether it is in the way you work, whether it is in the way you balance your personal and professional life, whether it is in the way you think about things. I feel like a lot of you are overthinkers. Even this card, again takes me back to that particular process, that you guys are overthinkers. You think a lot. You think into everything. You overthink, even the smallest reply is what I'm feeling. I feel like some of you are those people who, if someone texts you normally, let's say they are busy and they reply you with okay or something, you would just, worry about it, thinking that, oh, what if this person is actually angry at me? So some of you could be like that, not everybody. This is for a very specific group of people only, this particular message. But yeah, that's something that I also saw. So I think that's the theme for you, that you need to break this pattern of overthinking. um, Moving on to the next part, also, I feel like this message here also talks about balancing your finances. I feel like a lot of you have had a very difficult time understanding your finances. You have been trying to figure out where your finances are. I think financially, also, a lot of you have to break some sort of a cycle. We'll try to understand this further by seeing what is another important message for you guys. Message for people in by one. Button message for people in pile one. Mm, What did I tell you? A lot of you are overthinkers, literally. Um, a lot of overthinking happening here. I think the overthinking is not just about the future, but it's also regarding, what to expect, and it's also regarding what is coming your way. Probably a lot of you worrying about your future here, maybe like worrying if you are going to have exactly what you desire, or maybe like if you'll make it big in your life. Even for a lot of you, it's overthinking every small decision, but for a lot of you, it's just the simplest of worries if things are going to fall in place. A lot of you, I also strongly believe, could be going through some sort of a financial crunch, because pentacles have been a huge theme here until now, and then it's been the swords. So there's a lot of things in your mind regarding finances. It could be regarding whether money is going to flow into your life or not, or whether you're going to attract the right clients, or whether you're going to attract the right kind of business for your company. This has been a major worry for you guys lately. I feel like this has been a constant theme throughout, the eclipse season. But I feel like that is also something that is coming to an end during this season. I think this is a temporary phase. And you know what, another confirmation, like, while I look at this card, is that, a lot of your worries are just in your head. Like, it's not even real. You need to really step up and think about something in a better way. Like, you need to, maybe divert your mind. You need to maybe, do something that would make you feel a bit better and not really put you in a position of constantly worrying. I also feel like a lot of you could have a lot of ideas, but maybe you're not able to give it a direction at this point of time. But don't worry, I feel like this is something that would eventually, surpass, and like it would come to an end, is also something that I'm feeling. Let's understand more what is an important message for people watching this video. File one. Okay, wow. Another important message is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands always is a celebration card. I feel like it always talks about, some sort of celebration that is going to happen. I feel like beyond all of this, okay, so beyond all of this worrying, all of these themes, all of these cycles that you are in, there is some sort of victory that is waiting for you. Maybe you're not able to celebrate your progress as much as you should. Maybe you are not giving yourself credit where it's due. This cycle of not acknowledging your own self should come to an end. A lot of you are self-sabotaging, a lot of you are not appreciating how far you have come, and maybe you constantly tell yourself, oh, I messed up. I did this wrong and now I need to be punished for it. A lot of you think that maybe you are the one who is doing something wrong and because of it you are suffering. This is also something that I don't feel you have to worry about. See, there is always the law of give and take. So you have to give and you have to receive as well. You cannot always keep doing and expect things to improve if you don't even appreciate your own journey. Forget others. I feel like the first step has to be through our own selves. And I feel like this card here is talking about victory. This is not just becoming victorious in the coming time. Like it's not about winning something, but it's more about accepting and, accepting and realizing that you are far enough, you are capable enough already. This reminds me, went to this particular seminar once, um, and this was at a time when I was feeling kind of, stuck in life in terms of my businesses. And um, it was just more about certain things which I was not able to understand. And this person at the seminar told us that, he gave us a quote which was more around businesses and more around how much money you need to put in. And people were always asking him that, how am I going to put money? I don't have the money. I'm not making enough on my business. And then that person said, you have to put the money that you don't have to make the money you want. And keep in mind that you have done this before. And I feel like this is exactly the message for you guys. I think you need to start reminding yourself that wherever you stand, even if things are feeling a bit stuck or slow at the moment, even if you feel you've not been able to get where you want to go, you need to remember that this is something that you have done before. No matter how many times you may have come across situations where it may have felt like it's very difficult to go through it, but you need to remind yourself that you have done it before and it is time for you to do it again. Be delusional, believe in yourself. That is the major theme that I'm also seeing here. Let's see. What are the important messages around finances? Because I've been seeing finances a lot, and career. Let's see that. We'll also see love life. Let's see what are the major themes around it. Major themes this lunar eclipse for pile one in career and finances. Career. Three of Pentacles. Beautiful energy. Let's take out two more cards. Death. Wow. Okay, one more. Death we saw even at the bottom of the deck. And the moon. Okay, guys. So I feel like for a lot of you, see, finances, career are definitely major themes. A lot of you are just starting out your career is something that I also felt. Maybe for some of you, it's a shift in your career. It's a shift in the energies of your career. This lunar eclipse could make you feel like you do not belong in the place that you're already working at. Maybe for a lot of you, it could be a new place of work altogether. Maybe you've started even is what I'm seeing, but I feel like something of this sort is there. Like, I feel right now you are at a place where, this card is kind of telling me that, um, the most important thing to keep in mind is that your efforts are being acknowledged, they are not ignored. If you feel that you're not being reciprocated the way you desire, if you feel like your efforts are not being reciprocated at this point of time, do not worry. The effort is being noticed, but the outcome or the result may not be immediate. That is one thing that I see. For a lot of you, the theme is death card here. So I also feel like in career finances, a major shift, reset is needed. Some of you could be financially struggling as well, is what I'm feeling. But for some of you, I'm also feeling that, you could just be struggling in the sense of how to save more money or how to, go to the goals that you have. Maybe some of you want to buy assets, but it's been difficult. It's not like you can't do it. You can, but there are a lot of struggles, a lot of things that are not aligned. For a lot of you, it's paperwork, I'm feeling. And for a lot of you, it's you know even like kind of getting aligned with your own belief system. So for example, for a lot of you, I'm also strongly feeling it's more about controlling your emotions, your urges when it comes to spending money or saving money even. So a lot of you are maybe not even spending, but you don't feel satisfied. So I think there has to be a balance between everything for you guys. Balance is has been the key, which we saw earlier, even in this card, which was the Six of Pentacles. And you see this person here, he's holding this weighing machine, and it's talking about balance. So I feel like balance has definitely been missing here, and balance needs to be restored in your life, specifically in career and finances. And if you have been feeling any pressure around your career and finances, it's exactly because these are the changes you need to implement. Let's look at love life now. What are the important messages for pile one in their love life? This lunar eclipse. One eclipse. Four of Cups. Interesting. Let's see more. Queen of Cups. Okay. Uh, Seven of Pentacles. Wow. I think it is pretty clear to me. Some of you have invested a lot more in other people. You have invested a lot more in giving and giving. Like I said earlier, there is imbalance of give and take. Some of you have given you have given a lot in, relationships around you. Whether it is friendship, family, love life, it doesn't matter whether it's a romantic partner, but it's like it's a feeling of giving. You are a nurturer naturally, and I feel like the major theme is going to be more around now nurturing your own self, nurturing your own emotions. That is something I strongly feel with this card. Another thing that I saw was very significant here with the Four of Cups was, I feel like for a lot of you, it's like you don't know how to receive. This is something that I told you earlier too. Like, it's not that you're not grateful. I feel like you guys are grateful. I've not felt that way anywhere. But with this card, it's more like maybe you're not able to see the things that are around you. Maybe you're going after things which do not bless you, or maybe you can say are not really meant for you. You have been putting your efforts into things that show you somewhere, maybe like somehow they kind of diminish you, or maybe like they don't feel you good enough, make you feel good enough about something. And I feel like the major theme with this card, if you see this guy is sitting and there is like a cup coming to him and he's not accepting it, he's just focused on these three. So maybe you've been giving your energy into wrong people. Very, very specific for very few people. This could also mean that you have to reevaluate the things that are in your life. You need to reevaluate whether you're on the right path. I'm not saying this is an end of a relationship for anybody, but I strongly feel with what I'm going to say next, I strongly feel for certain group of people who are in relationships, it's also about accepting the kind of thing that your partner has to offer. And again, when I say this, it doesn't mean you accept the toxic behavior or anything, but if you feel that the relationship is good enough, your partner is trying hard enough, I think you need to start appreciating it a bit more. I feel like that's what is lacking. Maybe you could be a nurturer and everything, but sometimes we have to realize that the kind of thing that we can offer to this other person is something that they may not be able to. So maybe this self-sabotaging behavior, or a behavior of not accepting things, that are being given to you. And when I say this, it again means that it has a lot to do with, it has a lot to do with accepting the, relationship. It has a lot to do with accepting the good, good parts of a relationship, I would say, like something that's good, but you're not able to see it as something that is good. So that is another thing which I can see here. So with this next card here, I feel like it's really telling me that some of you, if you are specifically single, I feel like this is talking more about, give again, not giving, but it's more like putting effort into finding something that is not coming your way. I feel like you've been too rigid about something. You've been wanting things in a certain way, but this card is telling me that somewhere you need to loosen up a little bit. I don't know why, but that's the theme, whether you're single or not. But I feel like this is a major theme in your relationships, whether it's friendship, even. I feel like some of you really need to loosen up. And when I say loosen up, again, please keep in mind, this is not about again accepting something that's not good, but it's more about acknowledging what is good. Some of you need to do that. For a lot of you, it's also about opening up your heart and opening up your mind to what is being available to you, whether it's options, whether it's, the kind of efforts that are coming in. For a lot of you, this has a lot to do with connecting with your own self. I feel like you have forgotten how to do that, and that has been stopping you from truly, just it just doesn't allow you to be happy the way you should be. I feel like that is something that's also coming up here. I feel like the messages are so strong, but I feel major theme for this pile has been more around self-sabotage. A lot of things that are happening is because you're allowing this old version of you to still rule your life, and maybe a lot of you are trying to figure it out. A lot of you are thinking that, okay, maybe, the person that I was will start to make sense some other time, maybe in some relevant time. But the thing is that this part of you is now long gone, and you have to open up to be able to receive something that's actually good. Sometimes it happens. We tend to lose ourselves, and we feel that, maybe uh, it is something that I will regain. But sometimes it's not just losing yourself for the worse, but it's for the better, because I feel you are ready for this new chapter. And this new chapter is asking of you, who is a bit more aligned, a bit more open, a bit more stable, and a bit more self, I would say, a bit more filled with self-love, if you will. And like those kind of themes is what I'm strongly feeling here. So I think that is what I could see. Now we're gonna see more energies through the oracle deck. Let me just take them out. We're gonna see more energies and understand what exactly you can expect. Okay. I'll just take out some guidance, actually, not even what you can expect, because I think we have already understood that, but we need to look at, what is the guidance in this eclipse season for you. Let's see the guidance for you in this eclipse season. This is the first card, and it says, step into divine timing. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Trust the delays, they are aligning your path. Wow, that's a beautiful message. Let's take out two more and then I'll explain this further. Okay. This is the next card, and it says, accept imperfection. Perfection doesn't exist. Embrace your flaws and those of others. They are the key to growth. That's a beautiful message, guys. Let's see another one. Um, This is the last message. It says, face what you have avoided. Avoidance is a chain in disguise. What you're not willing to face is still controlling you. Okay, so the messages are very, very clear. I think step into the divine timing is more about, allowing yourself to experience things the way they are meant to be. Like I said initially as well, there is control issue here for a lot of you guys. And I feel like controlling something that doesn't exist, something that you are not capable of controlling at this moment, I feel, is something that you have to let go of. There is a lot of control issue that I see here, and not even control. I feel like it's also the fear for a lot of you. Like you don't trust what is going to come your way, and it's very important that you let go, you surrender. Now, I feel like another major theme of the guidance is for you to surrender and go with the flow that the universe has decided for you. The next message is imperfection, and I feel like accepting imperfection here, talks about accepting your flaws. I just feel like for a lot of you, it has so much to do with, for a lot of you, it's more about accepting who you are. I feel a lot of you are very judgmental, harsh on yourself, maybe. So like I said, you are an overthinker too. So maybe you overthink every action that you're taking. You worry about what's gonna happen. You worry you are not perfect enough. Maybe, you're waiting for the right time to start things. But I feel like the time is now. So you need to accept the imperfection that you have. The idea is to become perfect along the way. So that's important that I see and feel very strongly for you guys. And the last message is that face what you have been avoiding. So I feel like I said, you've been avoiding changing into this new person, new version of yourself. A lot of you have already gone through the changes, but you are still grieving your old self. Maybe you still miss your old self. But this card here is also telling you that you need to face what you are avoiding. You need to accept what has changed. And also, I feel like whatever you're avoiding, whatever you're holding on to very strongly is actually holding you down. It's not letting you move ahead. So, yeah, like I feel that that's another important message right here. So, I really hope, pile one, you do go through the changes that are being shown in the cards here. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, do let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile number two. This is going to be your reading for this lunar eclipse. So, let's get started. You can close your eyes, connect with the energies. That's the major theme. We're going to look at what is the major theme for pile 2 in this lunar eclipse. What chapter is coming to an end? What are the themes around the chapter that is coming to an end in this lunar eclipse for pile 2? Okay, the first card is the Hierophant. It tells me for a lot of you, this is more about your thought processes. Okay, so maybe the way you think, maybe the way you adapt, maybe the way you accept has to change. It definitely has to change a lot. We'll get more into it. We'll take out two more cards to understand the themes of what is ending first, and then we'll see. Eight of Swords. Wow. All right. A lot of you are stuck in the old patterns. Very similar energy to what I saw in pile one also, but this was certain group of people who were in pile one who also have the same energy. But this is a major theme for you guys, so let's see more. Wow, Four of Swords. Again, this was also in pile one. Uh, maybe you all, maybe some of you came from that pile to this pile is also something I'm seeing. I'm gonna take it on another card, just to see what is the major theme for you guys. Pile two, the Fool. Okay. All right, so right away, the bottom of the deck is Eight of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of you guys here who are watching right now, I feel like the major theme first is more around what you accept. Okay, so what you accept in your life, what you allow in your life. I feel like that's the major theme. I feel like you are currently, stuck in a zone where maybe you've been stuck in a notion. And why I say this is because I've also got this card and this card. They kind of both tell me a story. Like if we look at both of them together, it seems like you are kind of in a phase at the moment where you're allowing certain patterns to be repeated. Now when I say certain patterns to be repeated, I feel like you are stuck in the same cycle is what it seems like. Now this cycle could be anything. We are going to clarify it further and understand what is exactly the cycle that you're stuck in. What is exactly the cycle that pile 2 is stuck in? Okay, we've got the High Priestess, we have got the Hierophant. Some of you have been having urges to do something spiritually, like you want to do something spiritually, but you've not been able to do it. Eight of Wands. A lot of uncertainty is something that you feel. I feel like some of you are lost right now because you have left certain practices that made you feel better. Now, this could be a spiritual practice, this could be a physical practice, like, going to the gym, working out, listening to song, going to a dance class, doing something that made you feel alive. You've forgotten it. Maybe you've lost yourself in this process. I've also got the King of Swords here, and I feel like you've become too rigid, so this is your you underneath who is very light-hearted, who is fun-loving, but now this new person that you have emerged into is very stubborn, very rigid in a lot of ways. Again, it's not necessarily a bad thing for you to be rigid, but I think there is an imbalance that is happening over here. Maybe some of you need to listen to the people around you. They are actually telling you what needs to be done. A lot of you could have a mentor who is guiding you on what exactly needs to be done, and maybe you're still not able to do it. It's as if almost as if you have this knowledge in front of you, but you do not want to accept it because it's too scary, or maybe it's too vague to understand. Maybe it's more like that. The energy that is coming out in this particular set of cards is of a confused person, someone who's extremely confused about where they are headed, extremely confused about what is happening in their life, extremely confused about what is next. You guys are looking for a direction. You are stuck right now. I feel like the major theme about what needs to come to an end, one I definitely can pinpoint is confusion. You know, being stuck. And importantly, this card here is the sword. Sword always talks about thoughts. It always talks about, your thoughts, the way you think, the way what you are wondering about. I feel like that is what you are definitely stuck in. Um, this card here is telling me that you're being asked to break free from this. So if you look at this particular image, this girl is standing here and she is tied up, but there is nobody around her. And if she just moves around a bit, there could be a sword. She can hurt a little bit in the process, but she can cut these ropes around her, and she can run back to this particular castle and maybe seek help. So I think some of you are waiting for some sort of a right thing to happen to you, maybe some sign to come to you, and that is when you are going to start moving. But I think this is your sign that you don't need a sign, like you don't need to wait for a sign to come to you. You just need to start moving ahead and start making, things work in your favor. Sometimes we heavily become too reliant on other people, and some of you are too dependent on people around you for things to happen. That needs to stop. Some of you are dependent on your significant other for things to happen. You should completely put that to an end. Another theme that I've also got here is the Four of Swords. This was also in pile one's reading. So some of you are too burnt out, and this burnout is happening because you were drained by other people. I don't think this is more about working or wanting to relax, but it's more about being drained because too much has been taken out of you. And it's not necessary that people are taking it out of you, but it's you yourself who could be making yourself feel stuck. The Fool is also here, which is also telling me that this part that has to come in to an end in your life is also very strongly a runner energy. Like I feel that some of you are runners. Um, when things get tough, you would just run into this, into the maybe like you'll go and become you'll go into the hermit mode or something. Like you will just stop working on things that are in front of you. You would just decide to start over when things get too difficult. This needs to come to an end. This is not going to continue anymore. Some of you could be in your Saturn return right now. Maybe if you are born in the 96, 97, 98 even, I feel like this is a very important message for you guys. You could be dealing with things which could make you want to restart, but the thing is that you should not be doing that. You should be focusing on releasing whatever is making you feel stuck right now. The Fool is necessarily one of the best cards actually, because it talks about new beginning. So the new beginning is there. You will have that new start, but before that happens, you have to free yourself from this, because if you do not free yourself from what this is, I mean, whatever it is, whatever is making you feel stuck, you will constantly keep going in the same cycle, which doesn't help you. This uncertainty that I see here has to come to an end. Even this, just this unknowingness, this oblivious, a lot of confusion. Even looking at this card, I'm not able to come up with words while I know what it means, but it's so, difficult. So much confusion you guys are carrying right now. I can see it literally very strongly. Let's see. What else is there in this particular reading for you guys? Let's just see 1 second. What else is very important for pile 2 to know right now? What else is very important for pile 2 to know right now? Five of Swords. See, so many thoughts. You guys have been um if you're coming from pile one, you are an overthinker. Okay, so this could be from you, but if you're not, but still I feel this is very significant. I think a lot of you need to even see pile one, because a lot of messages are matching here. But any which ways, this is the card, the Five of Swords. I feel like a lot of you are stuck in this ego battle. A lot of you are egoistic, maybe you don't realize it. It's not necessarily again in a bad way, but even if it is in a bad way, that is there. But again, if it is something that you don't realize, something where you feel that maybe I am not egoistic, I feel like you have developed it over a certain amount of time. This is very temporary also is what I'm seeing. So maybe not a lot of you are egoistic by nature, but this is something that has been developed over the last few months. That is something I can see. This cycle has to come to an end. You cannot become this person anymore. Your ego is going to be broken is what I feel. The next card is Justice. You are also maybe, some of you are maybe pretending to be someone else. Maybe like you're doing this because either there is loneliness, there is something that is, there is a void inside of you which is making you maybe be someone else that you are not. Like, the justice card is also about karma. I feel like for a lot of you, it's just um, some sort of a circle coming to full, like something that you left unattended, maybe open in the past, that's kind of coming to surface at this moment. And if you see some people emerging from the past also, I feel like that is not a sign again, that is, something that needs to come to an end. It's a law of karma, something is being balanced out, let it happen. I feel like a lot of you need some sort of balance in your life right now. Like I said, egoistic, wow, three cards fell out. Okay, so this is the uh, Seven of Pentacles, then we got the Eight of Pentacles, and then we got the Three of Swords. Guys, I feel like a lot of you are, I think it's becoming a bit more clearer now. I feel like a lot of you have been dealing with struggles a lot. This cycle is coming to an end, that is for sure. Your struggles are coming to an end. A lot of you feel unappreciated, unloved. Maybe you don't feel like you're being given the effort that you should be given. A lot of you are disappointed because you are feeling like, I'm doing everything right, but nothing is happening, and that could be why you could be feeling egoistic right now. This is not like just about ego. There are multiple meanings here, but that's the first thing that is, being that's like very strong in my head. Like, this is something that's there. I also feel like I'm gonna uh, pull out more cards to understand, but I feel like um yeah, see, the death card. I genuinely feel for a lot of you, it's that you are trying to change yourself into a person that you're genuinely not. This is a very large group of people who are watching this video. Pile two, this is also, again, this is a very specific pile, may not resonate with everybody. So if this part is not resonating with you, then you can, totally skip this. But then I'm just going to explain this more. I feel like the death card here is actually talking about some of this, something within you which has been telling you that you cannot be this way anymore. It's not something, it's like your ego side is convincing you that you cannot be this person anymore. This disappointment has made you into this, this has put you in this particular position where you feel probably confused, where you feel you don't know yourself anymore. You feel, what is the point of even being in this position? A lot of you could have done something nice. You could have went into the right place, you could have got what you wanted, but still maybe something did not click, it did not work out the way it should have. Very specifically feeling for some of you, this could be breaking up with someone, maybe your marriage coming to an end, your job that you really wanted coming to an end, your fiance breaking off with you. I think this made you feel that, what's the point if things are going to end for me like this? This has been going on since a very long time, by the way. So I don't think this is something that has happened very recently. Very strongly feeling fire signs here, very strongly feeling earth signs here. You have gone through something very, very traumatic here. And this pain that you have been enduring, now this could be something that has happened long back, even it doesn't have to be right now in the recent timeline. But whatever this is that has happened which has broken you apart, it could be anything that you truly believed in and it did not work out. That is making you, and maybe it has shaped you even to into a person that you are not. And this eclipse is telling you that you need to close this chapter. I strongly feel that you are meant to move past this. You're meant to completely, focus on the other things of your life. I also feel like you are not accepting the changes that are coming your way, and maybe that is why you constantly keep on seeing that even if you're trying to move ahead, things are only falling apart. They are not falling in the right place at all. That is something I can see. Let me just clarify it more. What is happening in pile two's energies? Can we get more clarity? Yeah, okay. See, the cards are very, very interesting. So I've got the Knight of Cups, then I've got the Devil, and then I've got the Lovers as well. A lot of major arcana. So a lot of you guys are going through something very significant. This is a very significant shift. And since we know that this lunar eclipse has been particularly very strong for the placements of Pisces and Virgo, so this could be for them as well. this eclipse is asking you to close a chapter forever. Now, this could be, in the terms of something that you have been waiting for to happen. For some of you, it could be something that you've been carrying silently within you. It has to come to an end. This has been controlling you for far more long than you have allowed it to. I also feel like you were waiting for something to come back, but it's not. It is turning into a love thing. I feel like for a lot of you, this is a love situation, because I've got the lovers as well. I feel like it talks about important decisions that have to be made. You are waiting for someone to choose you, but they just are not doing that. And this card here is also telling you that now it's time for you to choose something that is right. So if they are not making the choice, you should. I feel like that's very strongly something that I can see here. Um, I just want to take out some important message here more. What is it that you want Pile 2 to know right now, universe? What is it? Uh, Beautiful. While I was filling out this card, I was actually thinking that the universe needs to give you some comforting message, right? So, okay, so these things are coming to an end, but what is coming next? I feel like, very importantly, I feel first of all that this card here, it's such a beautiful message, it's such a beautiful energy. It tells you that the universe is looking out for you. Even if you have felt over the past few years, I am strongly feeling for a lot of you, you have been going through this for a long time. It's not a recent. So for the past few months, years, even if you have been facing something and you feel that the universe is not looking out for you, trust me, it is. I feel like the universe has been looking out for you in ways that you cannot even imagine. I've got the Six of Cups, but I feel like these things have come up in the form of lessons. Okay, so even if you feel that something is not working out, it is in the form of lesson. It is in the form of you know letting go of something that has stopped working for you. I think the universe has been pushing these lessons on you because it actually cares about you. It actually wants you to surpass this lesson so you can go on to the next chapter. But I feel so many of you, you instead of accepting that lesson or learning that lesson, you've been stuck in this cycle constantly worrying about the same thing, maybe going back to the past again and again. The universe is giving you some points, and then again you track back and you go back to the same person that you used to be. And then either it's that or either it's you running away from your emotions completely. But the universe is asking you to really acknowledge your feelings here. Stop running away from it is something I feel. So, what I told you earlier as well in the beginning, that there is a strong runner energy. You should not run away from your own emotions. Let's see more. Let's see what is the universe wanting to tell you. Uh, Again, two cards. Okay, so Ten of Cups. Wow, beautiful. Then we have the Six of Pentacles again. Okay, so the Ten of Cups here is also telling me that there is, beauty on the other side. I feel like the universe is telling you that whatever idea you have in your head, it's good. Whatever you believe in, it does exist, but maybe the timeline is just not aligned at the moment, and it's because the universe has been telling you what exactly you need to do, but you keep ignoring it. Now the universe is promising you that, okay, if this is what is happening, if you feel that you are stuck, it is telling you to let go of the versions that are not you. If you are becoming too egoistic, distant, not focusing on people, not connecting with your old friends, maybe you need to start doing that. This is where I feel this is coming in, because I think you're too busy in building something that that may not even be you, and you need to focus on the things that are in your mind. So even if you're trying to become this other version of yourself, it is not supported. And in this lunar eclipse, you must be feeling that, okay, these things are happening, but something within me just doesn't feel right. I've been doing everything, but I still feel hollow, and that's because you are not accepting who you are. And you need to start accepting yourself a bit more. You need to break free from this cycle, and only you can do that. Nobody else can do that for you. So that is something I can see. The universe is promising you something better in the future. I feel like it could be fulfillment, it could be a happy family, it could be a good set of friends, it could be a good opportunity, a good growth, maybe travel. For some of you, it could also be creativity, emotional fulfillment. You are going to have it all, but only when you allow yourself to accept what the universe is giving you right now. I have also got the Six of Pentacles. This also talks about rewards here. I feel like this is telling you that there are some rewards coming your way, but are you letting yourself accept it or not? It's more like So here I also feel intuitively that it's telling me that it's more about you becoming more aligned with this version of yourself, which helps you in accepting what needs to be, what needs to come your way. So this card here, the Six of Pentacles, actually is also telling me that some of you are having a hard time becoming grateful for what already exists. That is one. And maybe you are not just, you are just constantly in this state of lack, that if I pray it will go wrong, if I talk about it it will go wrong, but it won't be like that. These were the lessons that were meant to go wrong, and now you have to come out of this bubble altogether. So I think all in all, the themes of letting go is more around letting go of this version that you are not pretending to be anybody else. You need to start becoming more receptive to the lessons that the universe is bringing for you. It also tells me that you need to stop allowing yourself to self sabotage as well. And for a lot of you, don't be a runner, start accepting things that are in front of you. Now we're going to take out some message to understand what is this lunar eclipse bringing in your love life, because love life was very strong. We'll also see career, but first let's see what is it bringing for your love life. For your love life. Great. Okay, so we've got the strength card. We've also got the Four of Wands, and we've also got the Seven of Cups. I feel like in your love life, you are being asked to become more stronger. You need to start becoming more and more stronger. For a lot of you, a big heartbreak is something that I see has happened over the past few years. The universe is seeing you lose hope in love, but it is telling you that you should not be doing that. You do not have to lose your hope right now. There is a lot more yet to come, but only after you accept the lessons, obviously. But the universe is looking after you. It has protected you from so many heartbreaks until now, and the universe is telling you that, you know what, now this is, this is on you, like how much you accept us. There is a lot of love and unconditional love. You see this particular angel that is standing and caressing this particular lion. It's more about the universe telling you that you have a lot of strength and we are trying to give it to you, but are you accepting it? That is the first thing. You need to heal before you get into any kind of a relationship or any kind of, a setting of, love. If you are already in a relationship, you need to focus on strengthening your bond, and the universe is going to help you do that. Just ask for help. That is something that I can see. And when I say ask for help, just talk out loud to the universe and tell it what your problem is, and the universe will come back and give you the answers in signs, in forms, in your dreams. So just pay attention to that. Then we have got the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands talks about marriage. So for a lot of you, marriage is on the card. A lot of you have a lot of fears around marriage. Marriage is going to be pretty good if you're going to get married anytime in the coming years, this year or next year. I feel like marriage is going to be extremely good. A lot of you could be getting married, meeting the one. A lot of you could be, already married, adjusting to the new life. So whatever it is, I feel like it is going to be pretty good. You need to believe that, because the universe is holding your hand throughout it all. And the last message here is the Seven of Cups. So I feel like a lot of you are confusing this particular phase of your life with something else. You are accepting things to be a certain way, which they are not ideally. And I feel like there is a lot of confusion, there is a lot of uncertainty. You are looking at a lot of things and assuming the worst already. Time to not do that. Don't get confused with the signs which you are seeing. Be very specific and see the right signs come to you. That is something I can see. You do not need to wait for a sign for things to start working out. That's another important message that I feel with this card. And I feel that somewhere some of you have been too confused, stuck in a loop, going in the same cycle. It's because you are not learning your lessons. So like I said earlier too, that is what I see. So this is what I can also see. um, we'll now see what exactly the message is in your career at this point and finances. Five, two, finances, five, two. Okay, we've got the Two of Wands first. Then we have got the Seven of Swords. And then we have got the Three of Pentacles. So I feel like the first message that I strongly believe coming through this card is that the universe is telling you that, I think in career there are new opportunities emerging, expansion opportunities emerging. Some of you have ideas as to what you should be doing in terms of your career. Start taking it more seriously. I definitely believe this is a strong confirmation for people wanting to start a business, or wanting to expand their business, or wanting to make change to their business, maybe wanting to shift their career perspectives, career jobs. This is the sign that you should start looking more into it. Maybe not jump, but like just start exploring, trying out new things. It's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you a lot more than you can even imagine right now. The next card here is the Seven of Pentacles, sorry, Seven of Swords. This is also telling me that somewhere you need to start becoming more honest with yourself. I feel like uh, here the strong message is that you have been allowing yourself to fall in a rut. You've been allowing others to dictate how you should go about certain things, and you need to now start taking that leap of faith for yourself, believing in yourself and believing that this is what you truly deserve. I feel that is also very important. You have been lying to yourself a lot, and for some of you, I also feel like there are people around you trying to bring you down and you're letting them do that. So it's time for you to stop from that happening. Like you need to stop them, and like stop them from controlling your mind, your feelings. You do not deserve that at all. You deserve better than that. You deserve better than what is being shown and thrown in front of you. So that is something I can see. This is a very powerful message that I am seeing here. So yeah, that is one thing I see. And the last card here is again acknowledgement. A lot of you are about to get more abundant, more lucky in your career. There is something that is coming in your career. It is an opportunity, it is acknowledgement. For some of you, this is even promotion happening around December or January. If your companies give promotions around this time, this is going to be the right time for you to achieve that. For some of you, this could be a probation coming to an end. That's another thing which I see. So yeah, this is what the lunar eclipse is bringing. Now we're going to end this particular reading by looking at what is the guidance through this eclipse, through this changing chapters for you. Let's see what the message is. This is the first card, which is saying clear negative energy. Wow, that is wow. We'll take out two more cards. Okay, what is the message for Baidu? We got this one. Face what you have avoided. We also got this in pile one. We'll take out another card, and this is the card, and it is saying unlock the pattern. Oh my God, I am literally getting goosebumps right now looking at this message. This is saying unlock the pattern. So I'm going to start with the last card because this is the one that actually attracted me the most. And it says, the pain did not start today. You've lived this loop before, maybe in love, maybe in lineage. Awareness is the key. Like I said, there is some sort of a pattern being repeated, and it is time for you to break it apart. There is a very easy method that always helps me. So I'm going to tell you how you can do it. You can just sit idle any day of the time, whenever you have time, whenever you're completely free from your mind. Sit down, think about your patterns, and then say out loud, my guiding angels, I want you to break this cycle. I do not entertain this anymore in my life. So where I said the cycle, you need to start explaining the pattern that you're seeing, and you say it out loud, and trust me, you need to repeat it as many times as you want, and that cycle will be broken. So that is something I see. There is a pattern that is being repeated. It needs to be closed. Even face what you have avoided. I feel like even that is telling you that avoidance is a chain in disguise. What you're not willing to face still controls you. So you are becoming who you are not. Very important that, somewhere you need to start accepting that you are avoiding certain things, and that is shaping your future in a way that you can't even imagine. And it's time for you to let go of these patterns now, because they are not letting you become the person that you're meant to be. Like I said, certain things from the past are still holding you. You need to start breaking them apart. You need to start liberating yourself, is something I feel. And the last card is this one, which says clear negative energy, and it is saying negative energy keeps you stuck. Clear it and create space for the positive flow in life. So being stuck in the past, being stuck with the old version of yourself, being stuck with this, this energy that you are not, is not letting you go anywhere in life. If you feel stuck, if you feel lack of abundance and lack of flow, it's because you're not allowing things to happen the way they should. You need to hit the reset button, restart in a way, and it doesn't have to be all over again, but it has to be at least energetically, so that things start to become more clearer for you. So yeah, this is your reading. I hope it helped, and if it resonated, do let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.